Hey folks, so welcome to Community Live episode 6, and today we have a really special guest, my friend Elizabeth Gallien of Hampstead Pain Relief, and she focuses on what's called targeted massage. She's definitely made a difference in my life, which is why I wanted to introduce her to you. So welcome, Elizabeth.
Thank you for having
Thanks
me.
for being here.
Absolutely.
So targeted massage, I think we all know what regular massage is, but talk to us about targeted massage. What is that?
Sure. So targeted massage is when you have, I like to focus on root causes.
Okay.
So if you can get to the source, then it kind of like downstream from there, breaks the dam, right?
Yep.
So a lot of people that I focus on neck, shoulder, and back pain.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, let's go with shoulder pain. So with shoulder pain, most people don't realize, but most of the pain actually comes from your armpit. Yeah, people go, that's exactly the face that people
I remember
get.
I made that face when you said, yeah, it's right there.
So think about it. You're all day long, you are typing, you are cooking, you are driving, and what do those all have in common? Your arms are up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
So these muscles get tired and they don't work anymore. They get tight, they contract, and then they don't move. So then these shoulders, right, these muscles have to kick into gear.
Yeah.
And those get tired because you're still doing the thing you got to do every day, right? So then these muscles get tired, and then all of a sudden I can't turn my neck because it's so tight, right?
Yep.
So if you go to the source, which was the armpit to begin with, all the muscles in there, all of a sudden everything else starts to go, as well as your muscles are like a pulley system.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the times if people have pain in your back of your shoulder, it actually stems from maybe the front of your shoulder. And the reason is that this feels tight, then you won't be able to move that part of your body, right? So it's a pulley system. So I use different tools to distract your brain, put you through range of motion, your body recalibrates, it says, ooh, I like that a lot.
Yeah, it does. Trust me, it does.
Exactly. And then from there you move on. So I have, if you know a TENS unit, it sends an impulse. It makes it so that your muscles contract over and over really fast. This is like a TENS unit. It's just very concentrated. I usually use that on the neck since it's a little more sensitive. And then I have the muscle liberator. Men always notice that it is a Milwaukee. But the founder for what he came up with is he took off this is actually a jigsaw.
Yeah.
He took off the front part, put in a head as well as a tip, and what it does is he teaches at least a year minimum. I've done 2 so far, but it teaches you the root causes so that way you can get to the source. And what it does is it vibrates 14 times a second, distracts the brain, I put you through range of motion, you feel better, and it longer lasting because of that.
So that looks scary, but I gotta tell you, it's like one of the best things ever. Like when you were doing that on my shoulder, I was like, oh, I feel so good. And my shoulder was just messed up for months, like for 6 months. And I had all kinds of pain and stuff. And this is one of the only things, literally, that in the first time I was treated with it, I went home and I'm like, oh my God, like, and this was the bad shoulder.
Yes.
And I was going the range of motion, and it was like 5 times better than the good shoulder.
Good shoulder, yes, that often happens too.
Yeah,
well,
it was awesome.
The other thing is when a shoulder can't move, you start to compensate, and whether you realize it or not, all of a sudden the other shoulder starts to break down too. If for whatever reason that is a little bit too much for you, I also have this new device too. It's got 4 different balls, as 5 different settings. Same idea. It's vibration. It distracts, and that's beautiful. Now, there are some people that like to be on the table. So these are done what's called Thai massage, which means that you are fully clothed. So you've got a t-shirt and shorts or sweatshirts, whatever have you, that you can move around into, sweatpants. And then I stretch you. So I use these to distract you. Then I stretch you through range of motion. It feels better. Some people like the traditional on the table. They're a little bit weary about either getting on the floor or not sure they can do it, which is funny because most people, they get on the floor, they think they can't get up, and then they feel it so much better afterwards.
Right.
It's night and day, right? But on the table I have the warm bamboo, and there's different pieces. And what I like about the warm bamboo instead of necessarily stones is that you can see that it can have good leverage when you get right in there. And it's nice and heated, and what heated does is it makes it so that the muscles relax, and then you can get a deeper, firmer pressure, and it feels good, which is awesome. You don't have to have the pain, which I think is wonderful.
For pain relief, that's the thing, because you think pain relief, like, this is gonna hurt, right?
Yes.
It doesn't hurt. It's just really good pressure, and you don't even know what's going on. right? Like,
Exactly.
I was laying there going, what's happening next? But it was awesome.
Yes.
It was awesome.
And then the other two tools that I have, you have cupping. Some people have heard of cupping.
Mm-hmm.
What this does is instead of pushing down, it lifts up.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think of like a kinked hose, fluid doesn't get through there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what this does is it lifts up your muscle tissue so that the stagnant fluid can move, your blood and your circulation starts to go as well. And you choose the right size for the right body part, because if you choose like this on your back, that's
Mm-hmm.
going to feel like a pinch, so this
Yeah.
would be more for like your face. And if you have your back, you don't want to put this on your face because there's no suction there.
Nothing going on there.
Doesn't work at all. And then I've just found this tool, which I think is fabulous, and people always think that it's just my palm, and they want to know how in the world I get my palm so dang hot. What it is there's a cord that comes out of here, and it heats up the stone, again, 6 different
Mm-hmm.
settings, and so you can literally move, and
Yeah.
because I've got the pressure and I've got my body heat behind it, body weight, it makes it so that it's a nice pressure as well
Yeah.
as opposed to a superficial. So those are all the different kinds
And
of tools.
this looks like tamper for an espresso machine. So it's the first thing I noticed. I'm like, that's a ginormous tamper. Look at that.
Yes.
So who would you say this is good for, or like who's your optimal person that you can help?
Sure, absolutely. So, a story that in mind, I had a lady who, she came to me, didn't know what to expect, naturally, nobody does. Wasn't hoping for much because she had been to lots of different therapists and doctors, whatever
Mhm.
have you. They all told us, pills or nothing. And she actually got used to having mirrors everywhere because she could not turn her neck either
Wow.
way. That's how extreme that it got to. She had been in a car accident, she had whiplash, it'd been
Mhm.
years, couldn't move. So I saw her for a couple months, did the sessions, she got better and better, but after the first one she was amazed. She had just gone there to relax,
Mm-hmm.
but she actually saw range of motion improvement, and she got so excited, and I was excited right with her. And then she started telling me that the mirrors became a habit
Wow.
as opposed to a necessity.
Well, we were talking about this because, like, I know for me, and I know for a lot of people, is there are certain things that you just, as you get older, you just get used to,
yes.
right? So it's like, oh, it sucks getting old. I might,
I just can't do that
and,
anymore.
And, there's a comedian that actually I saw was really funny because he said, oh, I hurt my arm, and I went to the doctor and I said, oh, so when's this going to get better? And he's like, oh, no, you're not.
Yeah.
Well, how old are you? No, that's just you now.
Right.
And I think that the cool thing is like you kind of prove that joke wrong, right? It doesn't
Yes.
have to be just you now.
No, and that's what's so great about it is that muscles want to be able to do the thing.
Right.
And so if you can loosen up the muscles so that they feel safe and they feel like they don't have to hold, it's like an internal splint. So what happens is you overuse the muscle by doing whatever the thing is,
Mm-hmm.
and then the muscles contract and they stay contracted because it's like an internal splint where they're saving you. That's
Right.
the thought process. So the second that you distract and that you move and do all the things, your body starts to recalibrate and goes, oh, wait a minute, we don't have to hold that anymore.
I can do the thing.
Yeah, go ahead and do the thing. Go
We love
play
doing the
golf
thing.
or play on the floor with your grandkids,
The thing's amazing.
or reach up to the shelf and be able
Right.
to grab that thing, right?
Right. Or like in my case, actually reach over this side of my body.
Yes, well that's it too. I have some people that they've been told it's arthritis or something, and the
Yeah.
thing is if you can close your hand with your other hand, and the bones are aligned, arthritis is all about bones, not muscle.
Right.
So if you can get, it actually starts up here. So if you can get these muscles to relax, all of a sudden you've got that grip to be able to open that jar.
There it is.
Or I had one lady, she's so fabulous. Every time she comes in, she gets so excited, so do I with her. Well, the first week she told me that she could wash her hair with both hands.
Mhm.
She hadn't done that for years.
Wow.
The next time it was that she could reach something off a shelf.
Mm-hmm.
The next one, which was really funny, was that she got really excited that she could prune her bushes.
Yeah.
But she didn't have to, like, turn her body. She could just do
Right.
the normal
And that's
right in
exactly
front
what
of
we're
her.
talking about, is that we all
Yes.
make these little micro adjustments that turn into macro adjustments, and
Yes.
so I think that's why this is awesome, and that's why I wanted everybody to know about you and your local business.
Yep.
Where are you located?
I'm actually really close to you.
Really close.
Absolutely. So I'm right in the same plaza area as Hampstead Public Library.
Yep.
I always want to say Hampstead Pain Relief because that's my name and that's not right. But I'm actually at 6 Mary Clark Drive.
Yeah.
And so instead of turning to the right to go into the public library
Yeah.
parking lot, you turn to the left, I'm all the way in.
And you're
so
right,
super
yeah.
easy.
I
Yep.
always drive around that place like looking for
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
You know, but
You
yeah,
never know what you're
go to the
gonna
library,
find.
take a left. She's right there.
Yep.
Well, this has been awesome. Oh, and the other thing too,
Yes.
we're talking about this, is you're going to be the first local business that we feature on the back of our new
excited.
coffee sleeves. So I'm excited for that. So there'll be a little QR code there. So in a month or two, when we finally get them printed,
Yep.
right, you'll see Beantown on one side, you'll see your business on the other side, and we're looking to do that a few times a year with different local businesses that we think are cool.
Nice.
We think you're cool.
I
So
appreciate that.
well, thank you. So, do you have anything else?
One other thing.
Sure.
So, easy booking is online at hampsteadpainrelief.com.
That's important.
Yes, and you can either do the table for 60 minutes for 100,
Mm-hmm.
or you can try the time app, which is 60 minutes for 67. And it's, like I said, easy booking online. You can book, pay, it's all good. You've got the intake form so that when you come, I can be very customized.
I will
and
say
specific.
that you do have that part of the business down because it is really, really super simple.
Yep.
I need simple too. So,
Yeah.
well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very
This
much
was
for having me.
awesome. So, folks,
Absolutely.
Hampstead Pain Relief, if you have anything like me, shoulder screwed up, this is your one right here. See you next time.